What do you know about China's Five Fingers policy?
What is rat hole mining and why was it in news?
What is NRC?
What was the impact of Russian Revolution on the Indian freedom struggle?
What is the difference between digital governance and e-governance?
Yes, come in. Yes, take your seat. Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
So hello everyone, my name is Dhritiraj Misra. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Guwahati, Assam. I'm an MBA, and prior to my MBA, I have done a BE in civil engineering. My MBA was from IIM Bodh Gaya. Currently, I'm a working professional in an IT sector company.
You did your graduation in civil engineering, you said?
Yes, sir.
Or mechanical engineering?
It's a civil engineering.
Civil engineering, okay. And then you did your MBA?
Yes, sir.
What is the role of a civil engineer with an MBA degree in the government of India?
Sir, a civil engineer and an MBA can combine to form a powerhouse of operations management. Primarily, operations is about logistics. It's about warehousing. It's about how to optimize your value chain, how to optimize your supply chain. So that's where a civil engineer can be quite familiar with the with MBA. And when it comes to the government of India, optimizing resources leads to less wastage.
Okay. Have you traveled through Bogeybill Bridge?
Yes, sir.
Being a civil engineer, tell me what are the technical features of that bridge?
It's the longest bridge in Assam across the Brahmaputra. So prior to my knowledge, that's
the only thing you know about the bridge. Okay.
Currently.
Okay. Why have you given Indian Foreign Service as your first choice?
So Indian Foreign Service is a field, is a job where an MBA graduate would find something to lead at a very early age. That's the whole thing about my coming into civil services. But primarily in Indian Foreign Services, that's where I think I would excel. And other than that, Indian Foreign Services would provide me with a diversity of experience. I get to meet new people. I get to speak new languages. That actually fascinates me.
Okay. What do you know about China's Five Fingers policy?
Five Fingers policy.
Of China? Have you heard about this policy?
Five Fingers policy.
Yes, you heard me right.
Not yet.
Not yet. Have you heard about Five Eyes Alliance?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
So it's a security alliance between where the security agencies of the countries, USA.
Which are the countries?
USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand and Canada, they exchange information.
Why countries like USA on the one end and Australia on the other end of the globe are sharing information?
So, sir, Five Eyes Alliance is a legacy of the Cold War. At that time, the primary objective was to contain USSR, and that's why US and Australia, they were allying across the globe.
Why this is in news recently?
So, Five Eyes Alliance came into news because of the security information exchange regarding a murder of a Canadian national, and also it is a connection with attempted murder of an US national.
Okay, and what stand the US had been taking earlier on this? There was a talk of exiting Canada from this alliance. Have you heard about that?
I mean, Canada's talk of exiting Canada is it's not to my knowledge.
Okay, then forget about it. What is the Belt and Road Initiative?
The Belt and Road Initiative is how should I put it? It's the flagship initiative of Xi Jinping. It was announced in 2013. It was announced it was originally said, one belt, one road. One belt means across land. One road means across the seas. One belt was announced in Kazakhstan. One road was announced in Indonesia. Anyway, it's time to emulate the original Silk Route and Spices Route that China was in the center stage of.
Is India a member of this?
No, sir.
Why?
India thinks that it actually compromises India's territorial integrity, primarily because the Belt and Roads, one of the project of Belt and Road is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor that goes through India's territory.
What is India's response to this Belt and Road Initiative?
India's response to Belt and Road Initiative, I think that India has aligned with multiple countries, like-minded countries. India has aligned with Japan. It has proposed the Africa-Asia Growth Corridor. India has also aligned with ASEAN. India has shown its support towards Philippines. Then there's India's own string of necklace of diamond strategy, which tries to contain China in every way possible.
Thank you.
Dhritiraj,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me that why the school dropout rates in Assam have actually increased.
So recently a survey showed that the school dropout rate of Assam has actually increased, and I think it's mostly due to currently Assam is going through a transition phase. Assam's economy has been doing great, but it was during the time of COVID-19, and COVID-19 actually was hard upon the lower strata of the society. So probably I would draw that connection, because that has been one of the things. Other than that, also the one thing about that survey was that the research methodology has changed prior to that survey, prior to that particular survey. So that's why it showed in that way.
Which research methodology are you talking about?
I think I'm talking about the ASR survey.
So which methodology have they adopted?
Like they have, I think, considered, the schools that are connected in the sample survey, those have changed.
Okay. Anyways, have you heard of three-language formula?
Yes, ma'am.
So what exactly it is three-language formula?
So the three-language formula was originally introduced in the 1960s. Then it got codified in the education policy of 86. Then in the 2020s, it again got renewed. But this time, the three-language formula has been made more flexible.
Which policy came in 2020?
The new education policy, the national education policy, NEP.
National education policy. Okay.
Yeah. So it has been made more flexible. The three languages would be one global language, one language of the choice of the state, one language of the choice of the country, one language of the choice of the student.
Okay. Is it exactly happening in our country that students are given choices to choose language of their own choice?
Not exactly. I mean, when it comes to choosing the language of the student, it has been English. That has been the primary language of choice that has been given. And other than that, the choice of the language of the state and choice of the language of the nation, that has been a little conflicting right now.
Okay. Who are forest dwellers?
Forest dwellers. Forest dwellers would be particularly vulnerable tribes, other tribes which are actually relying upon primitive mode of agriculture.
Okay. What are their rights?
Their rights are cultural rights. Their rights are right to their land, fair use. They have the right to transfer that land to their next generation, but not to someone else outside of the forest or commercially. So that would be their primary rights is concerned with the land.
What is rat hole mining and why was it in news?
Rat hole mining actually came into news particularly ever since 2023 itself, because of that Silkyara tunnel incident, how rat hole miners actually played a role in that. Other than that, in recent Assam, in Dima Hasao district, some rat hole miners were trapped in a rat hole, and there was a long concerted effort to rescue them.
Despite its ban, why is it being practiced? That too largely in northeastern states.
Yes, ma'am. It's because of the geology of the northeast. How the rat hole mining is primarily due to coal, and how the coal is located there. Coals are of thin seams, and rat hole mining is commercially viable because it requires less capital.
Is there any other way out other than rat hole mining?
There's there's a conventional mining that would require much resources, that would require machineries.
What do you mean by critical minerals?
Critical minerals are minerals that are really essential, but their supply chain are at risk.
Okay, so why is our dependency still on China for this critical minerals?
So China has actually played a concerted effort to place itself centrally in the critical mineral supply chain. It has most of the resources are in China, but other than that, China has also compounded it with its centrality in the processing space. Like most of the mines of Brazil, Democratic Republic of Congo, Australia, all are currently owned by Chinese companies, and that's why China is so centrally placed.
Give me 3 challenges of women which they face in your state.
First of all, Assam has there are some regions in Assam which are not that connected to the rest of the state, and these regions have been seeing a promotion of child marriages. So that's one challenge. Second challenge is literacy rate, dropout rate. It has been more towards women. And then the last, I would say that Assamese women, when they come out of Assam, they tend to face racism.
Oh, thank you.
Dhritiraj, recently the president's rule was imposed in one of the northeastern states. Which state is it?
Manipur.
Why?
So Manipur has been on the brink of, Manipur has been a powder keg since 2023. So this was long coming, and this was a demand from the Manipur's local itself. So now it has been announced.
Okay, so what was the context? What was the background that led to such volatile situations in the state?
So Manipur is a diverse state. First of all, there is a Meitei majority, but other than that, when it comes to minorities, it's quite divided, it's fragmented. Then comes the thing that the minorities are majorly Zo umbrella people and Naga umbrella people. These are different tribes. Then when it comes to there has been Zo immigration from Myanmar.
What was the final blow that led to such a situation?
So Manipur's High Court, court has announced that Meitei community would be included in ST list. So that actually led to the Kuki community rising up in revolt.
Okay, so a very popular thinker and politician once said that in India, one needs to, if one wishes to move forward, one needs to be backward. What can you infer from this statement?
So, sir, I would say that it actually does not paint a good picture. It says that people who want to excel in life, they would have to place themselves in deprived condition and keep them. They can only excel through government support. That's the point of the quote, that through government support, they are actually excelling forward. So that's my...
Okay. What are the constitutional provisions with regards to the imposition of president's rule?
So, sir, president rule can be imposed once the governor writes in writing. Then there is the Article 365, Article 256, Article 355 as well. These are all provisions regarding...
What is the subject matter of Article 256 that you just quoted?
256 is, I think, regarding communication line. So,
okay, so you are quoting the grounds on which the president's role can be imposed.
Yes.
What happens to the state legislature?
The state legislature stays in suspended. It cannot be. It is not automatically dissolved, but it stays intact.
Okay. What is NRC?
So, sir, NRC is a provision that actually tries to list citizens. All citizens tries to list them through their identity marks. It was long coming in all states of the world of India, but it's only done in Assam.
Okay, so why there is so much of uproar in the local population regarding the implementation of NRC? Because ultimately it is a very well documented procedure that will benefit the entire country in the long run. So why people are protesting?
NRC requires a long list of identity markers. Some ways the identity markers would need to be approved by the government. So in those it's ranged from the earlier days as itself. In those days, there were not much development on identity markers, and people would be deprived of their citizenship itself, and that's why there's an uproar.
Okay, so consider a hypothetical scenario where we are able to put in place all the effective mechanisms, and we have made sure that any person will not be deprived of their right of citizenship. Do you think that NRC should be implemented at pan-India level?
NRC is like a blanket check. It gives them a lot of rights to the citizen. There's a chance that there's a chance of exclusion error, inclusion error. So that way it has a long list of risks. There's much risk involved. Then, but if we were to keep ourselves back on the ground that we are making a lot of mistakes, we won't move forward. So we should move towards operationalizing NRC in one way or the other.
Okay, so you are of the opinion that it is a risk that is worth taking.
Yes.
Right. Thank you.
Dhritiraj, you have taken history as your optional. Okay. Tell me, do you think that Sanskrit language is the very essence of the ancient Indian period?
Sanskrit language is said that it is said by many people that it has never sipped into the south of the Vindhyas, but that's not true. Sanskrit had developed in south of the Vindhyas, north of the Vindhyas, in all places involved. Sanskrit has taken its ground, taken its ground. Sanskrit is, I won't say that it's the sole essence of the Indian culture, but it is one of the essence.
Who said that it did not go beyond Vindhyas?
I mean, people are saying much communities from south of the Vindhyas have been saying that Sanskrit never reached south of the Vindhyas. I mean, fringe elements from those communities have been saying that. So that's what it's been.
Do you think Sanskrit as a language has impacted the entire subcontinent?
Yes, ma'am. Sanskrit has its mark on Northeast. Sanskrit had its mark on Bangladesh, mark on Pakistan, Nepal, and south of the Vindhyas. Of course, ma'am. Yes, Sanskrit has its mark.
So coming back to the original question, do you think we can say that Sanskrit is the very essence of the ancient Indian period?
I mean, as I said, that it's not limited to India. So yes, that it's not, it cannot be considered a sole essence, but it is one of the essence. I won't write it off right away.
In the medieval Indian period, we had the Bhakti movement, which had started almost at the end of the ancient Indian period. The Bhakti movement specifically championed the problems pertaining to the caste system and upliftment of women in the society. Then again in the 19th century, we have the socio-religious reforms which have happened, which are again talking about the upliftment of women and upliftment of the backward sections of the society. Why is it that the 19th century reforms have actually yielded results, but the Bhakti movement did not give us any actual changes in the society?
I won't say that Bhakti movement did not give any actual changes. I would say that Bhakti movement was promoted by the lower caste, by the upper caste equally to challenge the caste system. But the impact of the 19th century reform has been more visible, conspicuous, because of technology involved, because of their ability to codify it, ability to challenge it in a firm way. Like, people were not talking about caste in the Bhakti movement time, they were talking about communities. Whenever some movement would emerge as a challenge to the caste system, it would actually condense, fossilize itself as a new community itself. Let's say about the Lingayats, that actually challenged the caste system, and that later on become a caste of its own.
Okay. Can you identify any one Bhakti saint from your area, from Assam?
Yes, ma'am, Srimanta Sankardev, Bhakti saint.
Okay. Why do we call him a polymath?
Because, ma'am, he was involved, he had his thumb in every cultural marker of Assam. He had promoted Satriya, he had translated many Vedic Sanskrit texts to Assamese. He had promoted Hinduism in his brand of Hinduism, Eksharan Dharma, across the northeastern states, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, all across he had promoted it. That's why I would call him a polymath.
Okay. And what about his contribution to Borgeets?
Yes, ma'am. He was Borgeets formed the musical instrument for musical like composition for the Satriya dance. That's why he had left its mark on Borgeets as well.
Okay. What was the impact of Russian Revolution on the Indian freedom struggle?
Russian Revolution was quite like a, how do I put it? A crossroad of the world of world history itself, and its impact on Indian freedom struggle led to the revolutionaries opining a more socialist mode of revolution. Then came to the formation of the Communist Party of India in Tashkent and then in India. It led to the British Raj itself getting more and more paranoid about Indian freedom struggle being more socialist. And it also left its mark on people like Rabindranath Tagore, who he praised on it. It left its mark on Jawaharlal Nehru, all of them.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, Dhritiraj.
Hello, ma'am.
You are from Assam, right?
Yes.
Could you please give me the significance of Majuli Island?
Majuli Island is the world's largest river island. Majuli Island is the centerpiece. I won't say the only centerpiece, but it's one of the centerpiece of the Satriya dance, of Eksharan Dharma, of the Shankardev's culture, the culture that Shankardev promoted. It had its own form of drama, theatre, music.
On which river it is?
Brahmaputra.
All right. My next question to you. There is famous Kamakhya temple, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the significance of it? Cultural significance?
Kamakhya temple is a Shakti Pith, is one of the Shakti Pith of India, and it has its association with the story of Sati. And Kamakhya temple has been instrumental in proselytizing Hinduism across people of Northeast.
All right. What is a Shakti Peeth?
Shakti Pith are temples of monumental importance that are connected with the Shaktism cult of ancient India.
Shaktism cult of ancient India. You also mentioned Vishnuism, right?
Sorry, ma'am?
You also mentioned Shaivism in this. This is how it is related to, you talked about Sati, right?
Yes.
What is the relation, if you could make any, between Shaivism and Shakti Peeths?
Shaktisms, if I could associate, I think Shaktism central texts are Agama, it's Agama texts. Agama texts are also quite important in Shaivism as well. And both Shaktism and Shaivism are connected through Tantra, through Tantric Hinduism and Vampanth Tantra. That way it is connected.
All right. What is the difference between digital governance and e-governance?
Digital governance, when it comes to digital governance, I would say that it's merely digitization of the dispersal of the governance services. When it comes to e-governance, the people to whom it is being disbursed, they have a role in it as well.
Can you give me some examples of both?
Digital governance would be formation of, like most ministries, pages, websites being constantly updated. That would be digital governance. While e-governance would be DPI, which has the DigiYatra or the Digi services, all those, that UPI, all those would be coming under e-governance.
All right. What is GIS mapping?
GIS mapping is related to geology and civil engineering as well. What it does is geological information are collected through satellite data.
How Assam government is using it?
I think it's related to zonation of flood-prone areas. I'm guessing it.
All right. My last question to you. What is the significance of 6th schedule of Indian Constitution with respect to Assam?
The 6th schedule gives Assam, in Assam, there are 3 enclaves in Assam. First being the Boro BTAD, then comes the Dima Hasao Autonomous Council, then the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. These, the 6th schedule gives these councils enormous power, a high level of decentralization.
Decentralization, that is like the government, the Assam government, and under that there is decentralization of the councils. Are you sure of it?
No, ma'am. I mean, it gives a little more power than the federal state government of Assam to the government of Autonomous Council, but it gives a high amount of power.
All right, thank you. So,
talking about Indo-Bangladesh relationship, what political shifts and diplomatic strains do you notice?
Political shifts would be there. First of all, the ouster of Sheikh Hasina government, and that limbo that it has been put. Now it has a chief advisor instead of a parliamentary system. That would be a political change. Diplomatic shift would be moving against India. I mean, it has not been put officially, but Bangladesh has started relations with Pakistan. It has started taking consignments from Pakistan. Bangladesh has made its extended its hand towards Turkey, towards China. So that's the diplomatic shift.
One final question. You look at the United States of America, you'll find that America has been dealing with illegal immigrants with iron hands. Why can't we do what America is doing?
When it comes to America's dealing with illegal immigrants with iron hand, it has been happening since 2009 actually. Deportation is not new. It has been happening since 2009. Now it's in more focus. Now it is getting more crueler, and there has been deportation. Why we cannot do that kind of thing is because these people actually have a legal mandate to be ousted. Most of them were working there on whose visa limit has expired. So they were able to recognize that instantly. We cannot do that because our problem is more than that. Our problem does not have a legal mandate. I mean, it has a legal mandate, but we cannot actually pinpoint who is not an illegal immigrant, who is an illegal immigrant.
Incidentally, what is the donkey route?
Donkey route has been used by travel agents to actually actually they are doing it by their own people. The people who are getting carried through donkey route, they are doing on their own volition. They are taking money. The travel agents are taking money from these people, and they are taking a very highly dangerous but cost-effective route through Central America, through the south of the border of USA.
Okay, thank you very much, Dhritiraj. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. Come in, sir.
Come in. Sit down, Dhritiraj. When is your interview?
Sorry, sir.
When is your interview?
It's the 9th April.
9th April. Which attempt is this?
This is first attempt.
First attempt. Wonderful. So, how was your experience today with us?
So fine. So
Tell me
fine.
frankly now that your interview is over. Be frank with us.
I think I cannot answer the civil engineering question. So I think I have to look up on that, but it's kind of vast course, so I don't know where to start.
No, I'm telling you because this is going to be your first experience and the first exposure to the UPSC. There are certain things which you must keep in mind because there's a lot of time. 9th April is still a month away. Your entry, it was not a smart entry. You just peeped in through the door, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is not, is expected of a future bureaucrat. You are a civil servant in making. If you enter sheepishly, it will not, you will not present a good picture of yourself.
Yes.
So, while entering, make sure that you make a smart entry.
Yes.
Okay. Then, second thing, you did not take any permission. You simply said, sit. Why should you ask any questions? Should I sit or should I not sit? You should stay here, calm, stay standing there. Let the chairman tell you, please take your seat. Then you should sit and then thank the board, isn't it?
Yes.
Two important things you should never forget, which has happened today. It should not happen when you go for the interview.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? That is very important. This is a test of your personality, not the test of your knowledge, isn't it? Then your command over English is very good.
Thank you, sir.
Your communication skill is very good, no doubt about it. But the pace of words is a bit fast.
Okay.
So you have to control because you have to allow your statements to sink in before you give another statement.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So try to work on that. Try to be slightly more, what I should say, it's more soft.
Yes.
And take a pause in between. That will really improve the quality of your answers. That is very important.
Yes, sir.
Third thing is that you have a background of civil engineering and MBA.
Yes.
It's a good combination otherwise. But don't be boastful of it. I have done MBA, I have done civil engineering, I can do this wonder, I can do that wonder. Please try to be very humble.
Okay, sir.
Isn't it? Humility doesn't cost money.
Yes.
So don't appear to be bragging in nature. Try to be very, very humble. Because you have all the good qualities and you are a young boy. UPSC will like to take you and give you good marks in the interview. Isn't it?
Yes.
Only thing is that you should not give any impression to the board members that you are a self-assuming person.
Okay.
That should not be there. Stay humble, stay calm. That is what is important. And stay honest on the top of it. Your honesty is very important, which is why you have been asked to come in person to see various aspects of your personality. Whether you are a humble person, whether you are an honest person, there is honesty of purpose in all your statement or not, or whether you are giving balanced opinion, whether you are taking very extreme stand, whether you are giving opinion based on answers based on guesswork, based on conjectures, or you are speaking based on evidences, based on facts, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So these are very important and you have to be mindful of all this.
Yes, sir.
So coming to your sense of dressing, are you going to wear this tie only?
I have another tie, sir.
This is not good. This combination is not good. So wear a shirt. If it is white shirt or your light blue shirt, it's okay. And tie should not be flashy. It should be a sober tie, matching with your suit is all right, no problem. But you need to change your shirt and tie, isn't it? Talk to your family, talk to your friends, and see which dress suits you the most.
Yes,
That's very important. Now coming to the last part, not knowing is not a problem. You didn't know about the bridge and you admit it that I don't know.
Yes.
But when you don't know the question per se and then start speaking, then there's a problem. So think before you speak, isn't it?
Yes.
Just when a question is asked, you should not immediately responding to that answer. Just take your time, 5 seconds, 7 seconds, so that you are able to think over the question, collect your thoughts, and then come out with the answer, because you know everything. But what happens in excitement to answer immediately, at times you commit mistakes, isn't it? So that should not happen, because this opportunity you will not be getting again. There are few examples I am telling you, like a question on the Sanskrit. Question was what? Is it this language? Is it the essence of ancient Indian history or ancient India? What was your answer?
It's regarding south of the Vindhyas.
So even north also, Prakrit is there. It has also made its impact, isn't it? Pali is there. It has also made its impact besides the Dravidian languages. So just if you are able to think for a while, probably a better answer will come to you.
Yes, sir.
So don't be judgmental on such issues. Bhakti movement also, actually question was that Bhakti movement, what kind of, one is cultural impact, another is a social impact leading to change in the existing law or legislation. So keeping that in view, this question was asked. So if you take the example of Raja Ram Mohan Rai, it led to change in the acts, isn't it? Government was forced to think and bring laws. But Bhakti movement as such, it raised the spiritual this thing of mankind.
Yes.
But besides that, it did not lead to
Much
any inaction of any laws or legislation. So that kind of a question, if you understand the question, you will be able to answer better.
Yes,
so you
sir.
have all the knowledge, you have all the ingredients. Now you have to cook a good food,
Yes.
a palatable food, isn't it? So keep that in view. That is very important for you. And you are from Assam. Questions related to NRC will definitely be there. The present government, what it is doing in Assam, the issue of Rohingyas may come up for discussion. Then border disputes. Then Assam, what was the problem of Assam in 90s or 2000? Whether those issues have been sorted out or issues are still there, isn't it?
Yes.
So then relationship with Bangladesh, another big issue, isn't it? Then Myanmar issue, all those issues are related issues, and more so you are interested in Indian Foreign Service.
Yes.
So international affairs you should be very clear about. When I ask you about China's five-finger policy, of course, you didn't know, it didn't know. But when you know, then you be very clear about that. Such questions, that what you know. So all international issues, because India is also evolving. Panchsheel 50s, now that Panchsheel or is no more relevant today. So how it is undergoing a change over a period of time.
Yes.
That clarity of thought must be there in your mind, isn't it?
Yes.
And besides that, history is your subject. You see the contribution of tribal leaders, isn't it, has not been studied properly in our country. Now it is getting some eminence. So the contributions of Rani Gaidenliu and all that from your area,
Yes.
it comes into light. So why such studies is about the historiography, writing of history? What new trends are you noticing in the writing of history? That also maybe some discussion may take place on that also. And do you agree with the kind of history which is being written today?
Yes.
Isn't it? And then about the civilization also, about the Indus Valley civilization, new sites, why script has not been deciphered, what are the implications, why there some people are wanting to find a connect between the north and the south India, so on what basis and all, such type of questions may be asked. To prepare yourself for that. More important than that, don't move like a bullet train.
Yes.
Okay, move like Rajdhani is okay, but not like a bullet train.
Yes.
So just speak halt, speak halt. That is how it should be. And then you will be giving a very good picture of yourself. Okay. Anything if you have in mind, please feel free to ask us.
I mean, like any suggestions on how to slow down?
That you have to work hard. You have to work on that. Na? This is what we have noticed, isn't it? Now, you have taken some lessons from us. Work on that, because this comes natural to you.
Yes.
It's very difficult for you to contain that. I can understand that.
Yes.
It's very difficult for you. But by trying, you will improve upon that. Even if 10%, 20% improvement is there, it's a significant improvement.
Yes.
So just work on that, and don't unnecessarily worry about those uncertainties. What kind of question will be asked and all that? Don't ponder over that.
Yes.
Isn't it? And I can imagine your stress level. It is very high. I can imagine that. But don't get unnecessarily stressed, because you have cracked 2 difficult examinations. This is the last stage of your examination.
Yes.
And you have all the qualities of becoming a very successful civil servant.
Yes.
Finally, your hand movement. Too much of hand movement. Work on that also. Try to clasp both your hands, keep it here, and be conscious of the fact that your hands are not moving, because the moment you start doing like this, it at times becomes irritating. So work on that hand movement. That is very important. And you're a civil engineer, you see bridges are very important in Assam also. So somebody may ask you about the Bhupen Hazarika Bridge. Why Bhupen Hazarika Bridge is also called Dhola Sadia Bridge?
Yes.
From which place to which place? And similarly, Bogeyville Bridge, which place to which place? And how it has brought about a revolution in transportation and overall economy of Assam. That kind of a question. So prepare something on civil engineer, basic things. Innovative materials are getting used in your highway construction, roadway construction, and your green energy, clean energy, green building, all those things are there. So you have a lot of time, and have confidence in yourself. Otherwise, you are a very good candidate. Just you have to hone that skill of speaking
Slow.
Not very slow speaking. I'm just curbing your speed.
Yes.
Okay. If you have any questions to ask, feel free.
No, sir.
All the best to you.
Okay.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.